Students now session, the Judge presiding.
Good morning, everyone. You can all be seated. We're on record in State versus Davis, C-377-407. Welcome back, everybody. Anything we need to address outside the presence?
Your Honor, I do have some concern with regards to the state's current presentation of evidence in this case.
Okay.
There was some discussion, I believe, that was on recording. That was something that I did not believe should have been included. Some prior bad act that was in the first, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 minutes of the recording that we listened to on Friday. I did not make an objection to that particular point because I was trying to figure out whether it came in under some motion practice prior, and I don't believe it does.
And specifically, what bad act is that?
Is that Mr. Davis is talking specifically about criminal history, and he had mentioned something along the lines that he was involved in a shooting, and that and it was also because of drugs. We've always known about drugs as in his criminal history, but with regards to his reference to a shooting, I think it's highly prejudicial in this case. And I don't know where it's at in there. I was trying to figure out with my people over the weekend where it was exactly, but we don't have this exact recording.
Okay. So in my motion regarding the bad acts and regarding essentially all of the evidence that was going to be admitted in this case, there was a caveat that there would be certain things that would be excluded, that could be redacted out. Was this something you were familiar with in your previous listenings, or it just kind of took you by surprise when you heard it this time?
Well, we don't have the proposed redacted version of this.
There is no redaction done to this whatsoever. There was no request made to redact it, but our motion specifically addressed that his first criminal conviction was a misdemeanor for shooting into the occupied structure.
Can I finish with Mr. Samft real quick,
Sure.
and then I'll turn to you, Mr. Giacomo. Mr. Samft, go. You may finish.
Oh no, I was listening to Mr. Giacomo. So I mean, to me,
Okay.
to me, the bigger issue is that we have this recording now. I mean, obviously, if there's things in there that is potentially going to be a problem, there would be, at least from the state, some effort to reach out to me and say, hey, here are the things that we think that still falls under the purview of what the court order was in this case, and maybe there's some things in here you want to discuss. I would think that that would have been a discussion prior to the publication of it. I just presumed that what we were hearing up with this particular witness on Friday was the stuff that we had already heard. The problem is, like I said, there's a reference to a shooting in here, there's a reference to another, I can't remember what the other act is that's in there. But once again, it goes back to the fact that there was some motion practice done on this, and I agree with the court. The other part of the problem is that, we've had reference to the Biggie Smalls murder. The state, in their own motion practice, had indicated that they weren't going to, that the Biggie Smalls murder had nothing to do with the Tupac investigation. And to me,
I think with Mr. Duane, Davis had no involvement in the Biggie Smalls. And we've admonished the jury that there is no indication that he has anything to do with that at this point. But ultimately, the nexus of this investigation was such that they were investigated together, for better or for worse.
Right. And I mean, we could sit here and talk words all day with that jury waiting outside, but I think what we're proposing the court to do, what I would propose the court to do, is just have some type of limiting instruction to the jury, in indicating to them you may be hearing other things that are not the focus of this particular investigation of Tupac's murder. Something along those lines. Just a limiting instruction.
Sure. Mr. Giacomo, do you have an objection to the limiting instruction?
No, I actually think before every witness, maybe you just read that Tavares instruction to them each time.
So just to remedy what we're talking about now, I'll have Mr. Samp propose a limiting instruction, and then from here on out, given the party's dual request, I'll read the Tavares instruction, unless it's a witness that has nothing to do with, if it were, for example, the gentleman who'd taken the photo. He wouldn't have anything to do with the bad acts that we wouldn't have to read. But if it were anybody else, probably law enforcement at this point, I can read it?
Yes, Judge,
Okay.
and just so that there's complete candor to the court, we did a motion on his prior shooting. It sounds like to me it's not real clear. We didn't do a motion on his 2015 conviction. I didn't realize until it was rolling and you hear it's actually being spoken that he does reference some police contact in 2015, and I do realize he was convicted of that. I didn't know or recognize that was in there. If the court wants to, since we're past that portion where he talks about it, we can have somebody redact the audio so that the one that goes back to the jury removes the reference to the 2015 conviction. Because he talks about the last time I was in the feds or the last time I was in prison, and then he mentions 2015.
Okay.
And that has to do with an event that's completely unrelated to our investigation. I just didn't realize, I didn't tie those two together until I heard the audio being played with the transcript.
Okay. So we'll have that redacted when it does go back in case they spend more time with it. Mr. Samp, what is the proposed instruction that you would like at this time for me to read to the jury when they walk in?
You're asking me to put words together?
Yeah. That's your job.
I
That's
know,
what you're good at.
It is my job. Here's my famous people.
Okay. I'll let
would think-
Colleen make a proposal.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I would think it'd be something along the line.
I'm going to let him propose it.
Okay.
Yeah, let me propose it.
All right, then we can have some discussions about what it actually is.
Okay, let him propose it, and then you can object. But I think it's cleaner for the record if he proposes it.
I don't know that it matters for Tavares, but okay.
Huh?
I don't think it matters for the purposes of Tavares, but okay.
This isn't a Tavares instruction. The Tavares instruction's already been determined because this isn't something that's being let in for the purposes that I let in bad acts. This is something that they're asking just to disregard.
That's only the 2015.
Yeah.
The
Correct.
shooting should still come in because the court ruled upon that.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were talking about.
So what is the shooting is there for credibility of the statements of defendant, motive, and identity?
Yes.
In his book, he starts off with, my first criminal conviction is shooting into an occupied house, and describes the event. That comes in. What shouldn't come in, and if he wants a limiting instruction on, is the 2015. I don't know if they would want a limiting instruction since we're going to redact the audio before the jury gets it. We'll also redact the transcript before the jury gets it. So I don't know if he wants to draw attention because they may not have caught.
I'm going to let them
Yeah.
talk, and then I'll let you guys weigh in.
I do have one other further matter, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm done with this particular issue. The other issue is this. With regards to Mr. Dorsey's testimony, we have a record from Detective Mock who interviews Mr. Dorsey prior to his testimony. His testimony, though, on the stand really made things a little bit more easier to understand in terms of how his relation is with this case. In essence, what happens is that BET is asked by the district attorney's office to produce documents. Maybe it was through MOG. Maybe MOG is the one who does it. But in either event, BET says, okay, here's what we're going to produce. And they produce the actual finished product as their production.
Right.
They don't introduce B-rolls. They don't do anything other than that. And they basically said, that's all we've got. I think Mr. Diaz or Rios or whatever his name was prior to this had said something along the same lines that, hey, this is just how they do. The problem with what we're doing now is this. Mr. Dorsey gets up there and testifies and he says, look, my job, from what I understand, was to listen in to the interview that's being conducted between Mr. Davis and the interviewer, whoever that person is. And he's supposed to be there to really sort of make sure that Mr. Davis is not lying or saying something that's off from what he understands the 2008 proper session to be, the recording. Here's the problem with it. At the end of what he does, and what he's proposed now, what the state is now using, is surreptitious recordings in between the official recordings by BET. Now what does that mean? That means that while Mr. Davis is sitting in that room, he's sitting in that room with the interviewer, and at some point he's going to be asking for breaks. He's going to be asking for time to talk to somebody else.
Okay.
Which we understand it to be Wayne Higgins, his
His
attorney.
attorney.
Those conversations are not hot mic conversations. They are conversations between attorney and client, and there is a reasonable expectation of privacy there because of the fact that it's done off camera, because BET does not record it. And on top of it too, that as that's happening, they're talking in a tone, they're not yelling and screaming it out loud, but they're talking in a tone to say, hey, what do we do here, whatever the issues are. I think those parts of this recording that Mr. What's his name again? Dorsey had done, I think those are parts that need to be included from the jury's understanding, because here's the thing. I understand he's not a state actor. I understand that it doesn't fall under this idea of, hey, well, he wasn't ordered by a detective to do that, and Dupree is definitely not a detective at this particular point. However, it is still a crime in California to record someone's conversations that they believe is private. Regardless of if we're in a room and having a conversation, if I'm having a conversation with this individual sitting right next to me and I believe that is private, under California law, that is still illegally obtained material.
But ultimately, the remedy for a private actor acting in a nefarious, illegal, whatever you want to call it way, is not exclusion against the state because the state's not the actor doing that. So that was sort of my comment when it was brought up that way. I think the attorney-client privilege argument is definitely more interesting and is new. Or any final word on that before I turn to Mr. DiGiacomo?
Well, I mean, because here's the issue that we have. Right now, what we have is an individual who basically takes his iPhone out, plugs it down on a speaker next to where he's at. He's hiding in a room to avoid detection by Mr. Davis, and he's recording the entire time. You hear other people communicating or having some type of discussion on top of his recording, which means that it's done openly in front of this mic or whatever he's at. He doesn't see a screen or monitor. He doesn't know what is being recorded or not. He just records the whole thing. The concern that I have with it is right now, as we're watching and listening to what's being played by the state, we don't see where exactly it is that they're going to bring in the parts that are not in the transcripts that we have from the recording. That's the official BET offering versus the stuff that they have that would have the additional thing on top of it, the surreptitious recording by Mr. Dorsey.
Okay. State.
Two things. Mr. Dorsey had a transcript of his recordings that has been provided to the defense.
Okay.
And there's a transcript of the official BET recordings, which, if you notice while listening to it, even the BET transcripts does not pick up background conversations or transcribe background conversations between other people when Mr. Diaz is asking questions.
Okay.
Mr. Dorsey will testify, because I specifically had asked him about the attorney-client thing. He will testify at no point in time when Mr. Davis is talking to Mr. Higgins is there not a third party present from E1 Entertainment. So there is no privileged communication that occurs between Mr. Davis and his attorney. Even at one point you're going to hear Mr. Davis say, hey, hold on, this is a hot mic.
Let's bring him in and do a short evidentiary hearing then on that issue of attorney-client privilege.
Sure.
Okay.
I assume he's back there.
We'll have Mr. Dorsey come in real quick. We'll have him resworn, and then we'll just proceed on this limited issue outside the presence, and then ultimately I'll make a determination. I understand it's your proffer, but that's what he's going to say, but I'd rather have it fleshed out.
That's fine.
Bring in Mr. Dorsey. Just Mr. Dorsey, no jurors. No jurors yet. Okay, Mr. Dorsey, we're going to have you sworn real quick. Raise your hand.
You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this action shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may be seated. May I have you state and spell your first and last name for the record?
Yes, it's Michael Dorsey, Michael Dorsey.
All right, thanks for coming back, Mr. Dorsey. I hope you had a good weekend. We just needed to do a quick outside the presence sort of hearing so I can determine the legality of some things that are coming in, okay?
Sure.
Or not, potentially not coming in. So I'll let Mr. DiGiacomo ask some questions about the issue we brought up.
Mr. Dorsey, I know there's times on this recording where you capture conversations that involve the defendant, Duane Higgins.
Yes.
During those conversations, were they ever alone in a room having a conversation? Was there always a third party present?
I believe they were always in the studio, and there are, I think most of the time you actually hear Mario talking with them. It's like a three-way conversation. So I understand like how privilege works. to some extent, and it sounded to me like always he was still in the studio, didn't go outside into a hallway, and again, you can hear Wayne Higgins talking with him.
And not just Mario Diaz. Isn't there a number of people
Yes.
to do this production that have to be in that room?
Correct. There would have been another producer. There's the sound recordist. There's at least one videographer. There's probably at least a lighting person in there. There's at least a good half dozen people in that room with them.
And at one point, does Mr. Davis make some comment about, hey, careful, this is a hot mic?
He does, yes. He's kind of whispering, this is a hot mic. So,
And so at no point, where you're capturing or recording, there's not other people within, and describe the size of the studio.
sure, it's a
for us.
very small studio. It's probably a quarter the size of this courtroom.
So it's a very small room with
Yes.
4 or 5 people in
pretty
it
crammed
where he's
in.
having this conversation.
That's correct, yes.
Nothing
And
further.
Mr. Dorsey, where are you when these conversations are taking place?
I was in an office down the hall.
Okay, and so you had eyes on the studio the entire
I
time?
did not have eyes on the studio, no.
Okay. You could hear
Yeah.
people speaking as to everything that was being said in there?
Yes.
And how were you recording again? Remind me.
I had a pair of headphones, and I had my phone, and I just hit record.
Okay,
put the
and
headphones
so
on the
it's
phone.
essentially the studio audio that you're using.
Exactly, the live audio coming right from the studio, yes.
So it's a room. Do you know if the studio has signs that they're recording at all times? Like signage that says something like, this is a recording studio. You are
Sure.
subject to
most
recording. Things like that.
Yes,
I've
recording
seen-
studios typically have the signs up like that. Plus, of course, he would have signed a release, so he knows he's being recorded.
Okay. Got it. Anything further? Sorry, I sort of hijacked that a little bit, Mr. DeJochno.
Not from the state.
Mr. Sam, you may cross.
Okay, Mr. Dorsey, you've never met Mr. Davis before.
We've never met. We've seen each other before.
Okay, so on the day of the recording, you made it a point to not run into Mr. Davis, fair?
Correct.
You were actually in this other room,
That's correct.
and you're there just with headphones on.
Yes.
So,
And I saw him walk by. I know
Right.
he's disagreeing with me right now. I watched him go by,
sure, and that's
and
fine.
he looked at me.
Okay, are you done with the answer?
Yeah, I sure am.
Okay. Now, in terms of your work, I want to make sure I'm clear. Are you working as an employee of BET?
No,
Okay, what are you at that point?
I am a contract employee, work for hire, as a technical consultant for specifically this production. I'm not hired by BET. I'm hired by the production company.
The production company?
Yes, sir.
And that's Entertainment One?
Entertainment One and Creature Films, like a subsidiary of Entertainment One.
All right. And then in terms of your work with Entertainment One, that was bound with a confidential agreement, right?
Yes,
Do you have proof right now that you're no longer bound to that agreement?
I do. I have a letter from an attorney at Paramount Pictures, which owns BET, approving me sharing my information. And then I also have an email from Mark Ford, the head of Creature Films, also saying he had no objection.
Okay. So in your work with Entertainment One, what you basically do is you have your phone or whatever recording device down
Yes.
next to the monitor in which you're listening to a conversation.
Correct.
You cannot tell us who's where in your recording, correct?
Correct.
You just hear noises, right?
That's right.
Now, in terms of the actual recording itself, as the individuals sitting there, are they sitting with mics on their lapels as they're sitting there being interviewed by that person?
What you mean, the person conducting the interview, is he wearing a mic?
Is he wearing a mic, and is the person that he's interviewing wearing a mic?
I don't know if the Mario Diaz, for example, is conducting the interview. I don't know if he was wearing a lapel mic, but there would be 2 mics in the room minimum. There would be a lapel mic on Keffe, and then there would be a shotgun mic over him that is kind of capturing everything else in the room.
Right. And so, in terms of what you're recording, you don't know, for instance, if the cameras are on and off because you're actually just listening to sound.
That's correct.
And in terms of the interview, you understand that Wayne Higgins was in the room as well as
Yes.
Mr. Davis.
Yes, he was there for the entire first interview, and then he was like 10 minutes late to the second interview.
All right. Now, before we were listening to this, are there any moments at all where Mr. Davis is talking loudly during what you would think would be a private conversation?
Loudly. He's just using a normal indoor voice is what I would say.
Okay. And then
And-
when you say that there was this statement that this is a hot mic,
Yes,
fair to say that that was a reminder to whoever he's talking to that, hey, this should be kept private.
correct.
All right.
Yeah.
So there were times where there was an understanding, or at least an idea that what they were going to have a conversation about.
There was one time, that was the only time.
Now, after you had recorded what you did in this
Yes.
case, which is the entire thing,
Correct.
you never had his permission to record all of it, right?
I didn't need his permission.
Why?
Because he's there to be recorded. He's got mics on him. He has lights and a camera pointed at him. He's in the production studio. I'm officially hired on as a crew member. I'm allowed to do whatever I want.
No.
And-
Let's back up here, but to make sure I'm clear.
Sure.
You're a crew member, but you don't own the rights to the production itself, right?
Correct.
And you don't own the rights in terms of what the camera angles are or anything along those lines.
That's correct. I could
Now-
not put this on YouTube and profit from it.
Okay, well, back up here again. I want to make sure I'm clear. Did you take that audio recording that you made and give it to either Entertainment One or any of the subsidiaries in this case?
No,
Okay, so you basically took something that you didn't have permission to take.
that's not true.
Okay, well, back up here. Tell me who you got permission from.
I didn't need permission. Do you understand? There's no permission needed for that. I'm there to do it. I made the recording because he showed up for the first interview, not ready for his interview to be conducted. So I knew it was going to be broken up into 2 days. So I said, I'm going to make a recording of this so that I can make sure we ask the correct follow-up questions when we come back. That's the only reason I made this recording.
But you're not the contract person. You don't have a contract with
I
this.
apologize. We're way afield of the issue that the court needs to rule upon, and this sounds like cross-examination for a jury.
Oh, I'll get back into it, Jerry. I'm just saying as of right now, Judge, we have a problem because, thank you. And just to make sure I'm clear, you take that recording and that's the recording that you're now publishing here for this jury, right?
Publishing, no. Playing for the jury, yes. Publishing suggests publicly. I'm not putting this out to the public.
That was a legal terminology,
Okay.
but you're playing that for the jury now,
Yes,
right?
sir.
I have no further questions.
Anything further, State?
Not from the state.
All right. In general, the attorney-client privilege under 49.095 is broken when you speak in front of a third party who's unrelated to the legal team. Here, it appears as though Mario Dorsey and there others were potentially present for the conversations. Additionally, the setting of the interview itself does not lend itself to a belief that the conversations would be privileged and or private. It's a recording studio. The purpose is there to be recorded. A release is signed so that the person can be recorded. The entire room is microphoned up. Additionally, there are microphones on the people participating in the interview. In general, this isn't a situation that would lend itself to private conversations. I think based on the testimony, they are not privileged conversations. Circling back to the issue regarding the instruction to the jury, Mr. Sampt, is there anything? Did you want me to reread the Tavares instruction, which I can add something related to the unrelated shooting to? That proposal for that would be this. You have heard testimony regarding drug trafficking, conspiracy, a federal conviction, gang affiliation, and an unrelated shooting.
Judge, that's not an unrelated shooting. In 2015, he lets the cops come in his house and they find a gun and I think some drugs, and that's what he goes to prison on in 2015. The shooting he's talking about is his teenage shooting that's written about in his book. So Mr. Shams was conflating the two.
Okay.
The 2015, I think,
So how about
I believe
this,
is
instead of federal conviction, prior criminal convictions?
a conviction in 2015? Because that's the only one that wasn't
My
part of the
point
motion.
in saying that it was unrelated is saying that it's unrelated to this incident.
Correct. Unrelated 2015 incident.
Okay. So what's your proposal, Mr. Sampt? I saw you had a piece of paper.
Yes, Your Honor. Myself and the defense team worked on a Tavares instruction that says you are instructed that any testimony and or evidence introduced about any unrelated shootings and or murders is not admitted and should not be considered for propensity purposes, but instead for the purposes of motive, intent, or to establish the credibility of defendant's statements.
It's not only not to be considered for propensity, it's not to be considered for any outside thing other than those narrow exceptions that we've delineated.
Okay, that's the propensity purposes was the...
So if you're okay with that defense, you want to add or any other purpose somewhere? Okay.
Yeah, we can add it on here.
Okay, let them add that and then bring it up to me and I'll use that as my master. And we'll ultimately end up giving this instruction to the jury in their packet.
Thank you.
So that's your suggestion, and that is granted, Mr. Sampt. As soon as Ms. Panduke finishes looking at it. Almost there, Mr. Dorsey.
Great.
Give us a minute.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
Check with any testimony and or evidence introduced about too many? About a take them two out, yeah. Any unrelated shootings and murders is not admitted and should not be considered by you for propensity of the purposes except for the purposes of motive and intent to establish the credibility of defendant's statements. Yeah. Let's see if you can read it, Judge. It's some Benu's, some Pauline's handwriting. Not mine.
God, guys. You should both be doctors here.
I know. I'll rewrite it for you.
No, it's okay.
You sure?
I think I got it.
Okay. Have a little.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to read. Tell me if there's an objection. You are instructed that any testimony and or evidence introduced about any unrelated shootings and or murders is not admitted and should not be considered by you for propensity or any other purpose. It is admitted only for the purposes of motive, intent, or to establish the credibility of defendant's statements. Any objection?
No.
Perfect. All right, I can read it. So as soon as we bring the jury in, I'll apologize for being a little bit late, my fault, and then I will read them the limiting instruction and we'll get going.
Should we leave Mr. Dorsey on the stand?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
All right, so as soon as that jury's ready to go, we'll go.
Stand for the jury.
Did the party stipulate to the presence of the jury?
Yes, sir.
You may be seated. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a good weekend. I apologize for the delay. We had a legal issue that I did need to decide before we brought you in, so I do appreciate your patience in that matter. There's a limiting instruction that I need to read to you, and then we're going to resume with Mr. Dorsey's testimony. You are instructed that any testimony and or evidence introduced about any unrelated shootings and or murders is not admitted and should not be considered by you for propensity or any other purposes. It is admitted only for the purpose of motive, intent, or to establish the credibility of defendant's statements. All right, Mr. DiGiacomo, Mr. Dorsey has already been sworn, and so you may proceed.
Mr. Dorsey, in that first portion, the first 35-17, and we're about to get back to it. Let me ask you this. After 2019, did you become aware that Mr. Davis published a book?
Yes,
Did you read the book?
I did.
Were there historical facts he provided you in 2017 that were included within that book?
Yes, there were biographical facts from his childhood. They were in both.
And do you recall what those various biographical
I do.
background, if you could tell the ladies and gentlemen?
Sure. One of the stories was how his first time hanging out with the Crips when he was 9 years old, and he was shooting dice, and his dad drove by and saw him and ended up, punishing him for that. He talked about playing Pop Warner football with Suge Knight, and not just that, but also he talked about going to Suge's house after they would win for parties in their backyard. like pool parties. He talked about a baseball coach at the Compton College who was dealing drugs. I think Keffe was like in middle schooler, and he started running as kind of a courier for that guy. It was his first introduction to the drug game. He talked about being in the Upward Bound program at UCLA, and there may have been one other detail in there, but all details that I've only ever heard in that interview and read in his book. So I conclude that the author could have only gotten those from him.
All right, Judge, I'm going to do a little bit to fast forward this to 35:17, I think we were at.
And we put on record, when you paused it. Did you write that down?
It was 35:17 was where we paused
Okay.
it. And so I'm trying to get there. This program doesn't make it real easy to just jump that far.
Sounds good.
Nope, went a little too far.
Hey, you don't think? Man, my boy Vic was rolling up, he's going to the club tonight, rolling up weed in the neighborhood. I guess they don't.
Sorry, Judge, the transcript won't come up if I don't start it at 17.
Start it over?
I'm not starting it over. I just have to roll from here to wherever we're going.
Okay.
So I'm just going to have to guess, and hopefully we're close.
No, we had ran into him at the House of Blues.
Sorry. One more time here. We may just have to listen to a little bit more than we...
Just that night, seemed like dude stuck his head up our ass on me. You know what I'm saying? He's a special agent in charge of the major crime. It was just that night that dude was gonna make my life a little bit. You know, I did a bottom half. Came up here at least 10 times.
I'm going to stop this. Before his interview in 2017, had you ever heard of Special Agent Holiday?
I don't think so. I don't remember hearing much about the federal investigations into him. That was new information to me.
Told the warden, we got up here, he's a serial killer. Like, oh, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Kill them rappers.
How did it evolve? You guys were cool and then you hung out a lot together.
When these people come to California, usually we meet up and have fun. I was a baller, I was building. In fact, I was doing better than him back then. Shit, have fun, man.
Did he ever talk about Shook? Did he ever talk about getting scared?
You fucked up. Is that?
I said, did he ever talk about Shook? Did he ever talk about being scared and getting all the bullshit, go back and forth, the East Coast, West Coast shit?
He didn't talk about that till later on in our relationship.
That's right. Well, that's what I mean. When did we get to that spot, that place, when you guys were talking about that?
I remember my boy Zip was rolling up, he was going to the club one night, rolling up green leaf in the neighborhood. His phone rang. He was like, I guess they must have fucking played it. Something, I don't know. He's like, man, let me speak to Keffe. So got on the phone. What's up, dog? Like, man, I'm giving a concert out there. We're on a tour on the West Coast. So we was think it's cool to come out there. I said, why it wouldn't be cool? He like, the big CEO guy. CEO guy? He like, yeah, the big guy. I knew what he was talking about. He was like cold and shit. So I guess he was like scared of the guy. So we went to the Irvine Meadows. It was something. He had the hottest song out in the world. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that song was One More Chance. Boogie on the stage. Suge was right there. So I came off the stage, he asked me, man, how you doing here? Same way I know you. Took over that. Shit, then, after that, we went to the San Diego concert. As a matter of fact, the Dallas Cowboys stayed in the same hotel we stayed in.
It's good. He's telling all the
That was
same
cool,
details.
Beyonce,
He was 10 years ago.
Amazing. And all the balls would go all around that motherfucker for the Dallas Cowboys.
Football team varies.
Ready for Troy Aikman. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we can get you in trouble or not, but the balls were all around the yeah. Then we went to the Anaheim. That was on the Halloween night.
Perfect. Halloween.
Halloween night. Was cool there too.
Did he just give you passes for everyone? Like, everyone would go concerts?
I just go get the tickets to the little homies. I was riding in the van. I was on the stage with him every time.
You get to hang out with Big E, obviously, right?
Yeah, Big was cool. Cool dude and everything like that.
So when did Puffy start talking about, you know, Suge on a real serious level?
You was back there? we already established that.
Yeah.
Now, what'd you say?
I said, when did he start talking about Suge, like, on a real serious level? Puffy.
Oh, being scared of Suge?
Well, or doing something more than that.
I ain't really comfortable talking about that right now. When you see me in that suit, you got me, all right?
Okay.
I've been thought that out.
Okay. So let's take a break. You can go smoke. Can you be back here in 10 minutes? I want to get more before the 2 o'clock.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to give me to my wife. Because she did take me back. You know, I might have not been here.
What do you mean? Do you want me to?
I said I might have not been here for.
Oh, of course, yeah. But she's
My
not down.
birthday
She's
shit.
not down there with you, right? She's in the hotel.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like
Well, I got to take care of her.
Yeah, of course.
After
after lunch. We'll do a little more, and then you're done. Okay.
All right. I'm going to smoke.
Is that cool?
Fans is watching. Fans is watching. Got to come out here.
Mr. Dorsey, is that an example where maybe the tape was running before you now restart the recorder?
Correct, yeah.
And that is 3532, Judge.
Okay.
Get rid of this problem.
Can you tell me what he told you? Like his exact words. Do you remember?
We're going to do that on the next one. I have that pretty soon on. All right?
All right. Hold on. So, say it in your own words then, not his words. What did he ask you to do? So say it in your own words then, not his words. What did he want?
I guess they want to get rid of them dudes, his problems. We get rid of his problems, yeah.
And who were his problems?
CEO. The big guy. Yeah.
And when did? Yeah, because you said hit him up was a big deal for him, right? Like that was
that was
too.
Man, that was totally disrespect. You don't think so?
Yeah, I told you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he even said something about us. To me, he didn't say our name, but he said whoever down with him, fuck them too. I'm like, damn.
and so you guys were cool with that, with helping him.
No, we had ran into him at the House of Blues. This is Pop. Ran into him at the House of Blues. Him and the guy Big Sight, the Outlaws. And he had just made that record. Long Beach and Rose band. one of the homies went up there and
Shut the fuck up.
put him in a little thing right here, saying, "Man, you know what the fuck that mean?" Homies a Rose Granny. He's like, "No, I'm just rapping." And Syke's like, "Yeah, he's just rapping, man. He don't know nothing about that stamp of blood, motherfucker. Stop, brother." So he was kind of scared that night. You know what I'm saying? And we go out in the parking lot and whoop about 5 motherfuckers' asses. You know what I'm saying? And got into it with some dudes out there in the parking lot. And he's seen that shit. He's like, "Yo, them dudes ain't no joke."
Sorry about that, guys. So how much did Puffy offer you? How much did Puff offer you? Wayne's gonna give the green light, right?
I'll have a good answer for you when I have on that suit on. I'm gonna take it through for you. Exactly, you know what I'm saying, the rate.
But he offered you. Can you just say he offered us some money or something like that? Can you say that it was money at least?
Yeah, it was money. Yeah, oh, it was money. Yeah. Yeah, he was kind of scared of that. He was really scared of them dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because Puff wasn't no game. I mean, he was out of college and all that, walking art school and all that shit. He knew what that street life. But the really beef should have had was he should have been with Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang them the one was doing the damn foot after the pool at the Swords concert. They was calling you out. You two was picking some fucking kids, junior mafia. These are kids. You a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? The beef should have been with the Wu-Tang. He wanted to take it out on the bad boys, some kids, you know, start up. That push his way around.
Well, that's because Tupac was having that shit.
Lit.
Biggie.
Yeah. He was lit.
So Suge hooked up with Tupac and said, "Alright, we're going against these guys."
Just before he got out of jail, though. Remember the Source Awards? He was like, every once in a while, like, "You ain't got no love for two, you ain't got no love for the West Coast." Remember saying that? Yeah. All that shit really, I feel it was a jealousy thing. He should have just been happy, Suge should have been happy. You making money, and this dude's making money. Be proud of each other, you know what I'm saying? We're going to bring each other down.
So why'd you want to get involved in that?
I didn't want to get involved in that shit. They brought it to us. Bring something to the gangsters. Told you that earlier. It's a cap to it.
Yeah, I hear you. Is it true that Biggie and those guys from Bad Boy used to hang out?
They never really come. That's a whole lot.
Never.
Really, it's they had some bad cops around shit.
I read something about them hanging out at your girl's house in California. Is true.
They never
No pictures of that?
never hung out there. Promise you. You know what I'm saying?
So let's cut to let's talk about Orlando. We have 10 minutes before we cut out for lunch. So I wanted to know like who your nephew is. Like you know, not a lot of stuff to know about. You know, who is he? How old is he? What kind of family? You know, tell me a little bit about him. Who are we talking about?
He's well respected, intelligent.
Who, Orlando?
Orlando. My nephew Orlando. Well respected. Good student in school. Everybody loved him. You know what I'm saying? He's just a likable guy. Everybody loved him. And he liked the Tupac too. You know,
So what got him involved in Dead Life? Yeah, was he involved in Dead Life at all?
Yeah,
That's cool.
told you it's different between gangster and the gang.
You want to talk to me about what happened at that Lakewood Mall with Trevor Lane? Thing about the chain?
I wasn't there.
Yeah, I know. But you can tell me the story because there's only so many people who know it.
The guy, One of my little homies wanted to play college football in Arizona. Scholarship. He was at the Duane to help him get some stuff, like tennis shoes and sweats and clothes and stuff so he can send him to college. So he was there waiting on it. And then the homies come up here. And Trayvon, the three death row guys from there. I guess they was mad dog, you talking shit to him and shit like that. Shit. And some homies came in the door, he seen them. Nice. First thing he did was sock the dude and snatched his chain. I'd have never snatched that guy's chain. Never. Marcus snatched his chain. Chains weren't worth fucking $300. Petty ass bullshit ass chain. Just smash a little fucking what's the name like this? That fucking chain. Talking about this bounty on that little punk ass chain. Yeah.
This bounty.
Man, that little punk ass chain all weekend long.
So he didn't do it.
Orlando did not snatch that man chain.
So why is it that Tupac then saw him and said, "That's the guy who snatched my chain"?
All this stuff was building up. It just went from the mall. One day we was on Sunset. Shook pulled up in this Rolls Royce. Him, Snoop Dogg was in the black one. Tupac was in the white one. I think we was at the Roxy. That's where we went there. And they pulled up in their Rolls Royces. Just bought 30, 40 clips out there. And listen, he got that DVD. Oh shit. Jumped out his car and talking to me. Sure, you like, is it cracking up here? Like, no, dog. He said, oh, well, Paradise is cracking. This club gets on Hyatt, Santa Monica. Went down there. Shit, when we hit that street there on Santa Monica, some dudes just started shooting. Shot up Sugar's Rolls Royce to a red dot while it was laying in the street. I guess he figured that we was behind that too, you know what I'm saying? We was with you, pulled over with you, you know? It's all kind of little different angles on that shit. We just went through it.
So talk to me about, because I'm really interested in knowing about that a little more. Like, how does the gang stuff feature into the story? Like, how was it building? Is I guess what my question is. Like, the mall thing, what you just told me about Suge. What else? What else was like building up?
We seen them brawls at Luna Park, little club on Santa Monica and Robertson. And them brawls just talking shit. And we just kind of push them around. We didn't beat their ass with them. Let them know. Get it fucked up. And this town's always been our town. The Crips. They know they out. I just left the state prison. And I was a MAC rep up there. There's 51 Crips, 4 Bloods. You know what I'm saying? So they know they outnumbered and they can't win out here. Crips are more dominant than they are. And they know that.
But what made it kind of tense? Because, you know, before Death Row, there was always tension, right?
Between Crips and Bloods?
Yeah.
Yeah, our neighborhood's always been in Jerusalem. Because we on the same side of town. You know what I'm saying? Like the Ludus Park, Mob, and Ham. They go against the boys on the laundry. You know what I'm saying? But we always been dominant over there, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why I don't understand Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, and what's the other dude name? What's the tall, skinny guy that came in Compton the other week? What's that tall dude name? Came to Fruit Town.
Lamar?
No. What's his name? He on that Love and Hollywood show. Soldier Boy and all. You know what I'm get in trouble out here, go to a state prison, Crips is gonna rape y'all. Beaver, Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tripping on me.
Yo, but I'm just trying to understand what happened back then. Back then, was it that they got cocky? Is that what happened? Because they were with Suge?
Hmm?
Is it that they got cocky? Is that what happened? Because they were with Suge?
Against money can you cocky? Against money can you cocky? You know what I'm saying? They even beat up a rolling 60 and killed the guy at the club. Said DJ Quick and they jumped on the dude and all that shit. That's what I figured that shooting was about on Santa Monica that day when his hat was in the street I was just telling you about. Damn, I guess they gonna get his ass.
So this is more gang related thing. It's not just East Coast, West Coast shit.
I can't tell you really behind it all. You know what I'm saying? Because it's some mafia shit, man. Family's still out there. Yeah. Yeah. Some of that shit out.
Okay, no, I'll be right there.
She had the same boss. Feel me? I was just a street man, he was just a studio man, business one. The FBI thing we did because he stopped paying the boss. That's why he jumped on it so fast. Hey, I can't really put him out there like that because he's still out there. You know what I'm saying? He's like, my family's go back since the 30s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there ain't no Harry either.
Yeah, no. But I mean, Suge might
We in the same boat.
Suge might be in jail for the rest of his life.
Yeah, you right. No, I think the police in this stuff,
Good.
all of them gonna go around. All the cookie cops and shit, we was really up against it, homie. One of the city of Compton, they got Reggie, right? Reggie Jr., Sergeant Reynolds, the mayor, all these dirty motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? So we was gonna eventually have to have some shootouts with them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They just got busted too, though. I loved it. I like, yeah! They didn't get the main one though. They didn't get the main fucking dude. He just running around. He's still his job too.
They got Reggie and his dad.
Huh?
They got Reggie and his dad.
I said they didn't get the main one. His name Reynolds.
Oh, really?
Sergeant Reynolds. Pulled over my 60 keys. He's making my life really well. Buying some broad. Getting jealous of broad, man. Dirty. They didn't get his ass.
That precinct was dirty as fuck.
Yes, it was. And we was lived out there with him. Even the mayor, his councilmen. We up there eating at IHOP Mill Lane. And here come the mayor. Man, you better sit your ass down, fool, and kill your ass. You know what I'm saying? Stupid bitch. You know? That dude was stupid. Wasn't that Bradley? Omar Bradley? Yeah. That dude was stupid on him.
Let's eat some food, man. All right, thank you guys. We're back in 45. Are you leaving?
No. No, my name.
You're just there looking dapper?
Wait till you see my suits, homie.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, sure.
You got a big murder rap? Yeah. Can I see it? Yeah. Where were you eating? Just bring it to where we eating. Oh, yeah, okay. Where are we eating? Oh, it's in there, okay. Okay.
You talking about K's book? Okay. Yeah. Don't say nothing about no people. That's Wayne. twist styles and.
Once again, Mr. Dorsey, and that's around 52 minutes. There's a break where you missed some of the transcript. What the transcript shows.
Yes.
I'm very to go back and drink this shit. Go back and party. That's the fight and shit.
And then what happened?
What's that?
Then what happened?
Then I'll tell you that when I get on my suit.
Oh, come on. You can tell me a little bit. Just,
What's that?
you know, tell me a little bit of, you know, I mean, this is why we're here. We want to hear the true story of what happened.
Yeah.
Wayne, we need your permission.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I want to talk about that one later. You want to go to the aftermath?
Yeah, can you talk about, before the aftermath, can you talk about that, like, generally, just to give me something to work with? And then we can do it again in more detail. Yeah, like a summary.
Well, let me consult with him.
Yeah, go.
Okay.
That's okay. Ray, the guy over there.
I thought we weren't going to say that, dude.
Okay.
he just trying to switch people. You know, you say make the
What?
I'll turn it on, yeah.
the screen ready to go.
No.
It's okay.
I ain't. You need to tell him that. So we got to, that's some shit we got to discuss.
I mean, I want to.
Hello. Hello? What are you about to do? What? All right, I'll be through there.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Is that in my pocket?
Just tell him come here for a minute.
You don't have to go into this.
Listen. We got to consult with the U.S. Attorney. You don't want to get me locked up. You don't want me locked up. Do you?
No, of course not.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we got to consult with him. So by the next time, you know, I didn't. He asked me to come down here last week, but I never did get a chance to talk to him. That's why I wasn't ready for it. But y'all push me, hard. I want to know what I can say and what I can't say. So I got to discuss that because that dude can put me in fucking jail, give me the death penalty. They can give me the death penalty, homie. It just wasn't him. He was just a fucking. He was just like a fucking. He was like my dessert.
What you saying?
You hear me?
Yeah.
It's way more than him.
The thing I think this is an area where he may not. He wants to have his words straight. Right.
So let's do this on the next one.
Okay.
Once I consult with him and he tell me
What you can do.
yeah.
Okay.
You don't want me to get me locked up.
He's still going to address it. It's just that
You
he's
gonna
saying.
Yeah, I just got to go consult with him. I didn't want to tell y'all that this morning and stuff like that. But dude said come talk to him before I do this.
If he didn't do it, why is he afraid of getting the death
Because
penalty?
if I make him look like an asshole, they're going to lock me up.
But he's going to address it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to consult with him
that's no
first.
problem. Yeah.
Y'all forced me to do this.
So where do you want to pick it up? The story.
Where do you want to go right now?
Because he said.
You want to do the aftermath?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You might as well go away.
Look.
He's got to. The man's got to eat.
Real.
Did you?
No, I'm messing with you.
We got food, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing he just said that.
All right, so we're gonna take this. After the fact, after the murder, yeah?
Got the now. We go, we get home, so we on my street. It's about 4:15. Reggie Wright Sr., you know, he was the captain of the Compton Police back then. I guess he must have did his war room with the oncoming shift. As soon as he did that shit, that motherfucker jumped in that police car, came on my motherfucking street, ran the stop sign and everything, going about 70. Pulled up on the wrong side of the street, jumped out of his car, said, "Listen here, you motherfucking Keffe D. You motherfuckers killed my motherfucking son, the belts is coming off." I'm like, "Man, what the fuck is you talking about?" He's like, "You heard me, motherfuckers." I'm like, damn. So, with my immediate crew, I said, like, they been trying to get into it. Trying to get in it. So we got to watch these motherfuckers. So we stopped hanging around there right then. We seen they had the back of the police.
What does he mean by, like, my son?
His son is fucking Suge, man. He's Suge's man. You know what I'm saying? All them, they from the same neighborhood and everything. David, Mack, all them dudes, man. So we really had it rough. So we might have to go to war with the police. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just the gang members. They had the police, shit.
Right.
Feel me?
Who else? Was there anybody else after you?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of deranged fans and everything. You know what I'm saying? Shit, some girl might. You know what I'm saying?
When did the cops finally get to you?
No. When we got back, the Moon Man on MTV was like, "Keffe D nephew." So it looked like Suge told from day one. You know what I'm saying? So like that motherfucker told from day one, "Keffe D nephew. Why the fuck do you use my fucking name?" You know what I'm saying? I just didn't understand that, you know? Keffe D nephew. Moon Man coming on every hour. You know the little Moon Man? Like, damn. You know? Kind of fucking my connection called me. Come meet me. Goes to condo and that's a public. And we met him at the Chevron right there. He's like, "Dog, I'm going to jail." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, y'all going to jail, homie." I'm like, "No, homie." He like, "Man, I'm out of here. I ain't seen that motherfucker since that day, you know." So, you know, I kind of hate I met Paul. So they destroyed my life. Now these super rich motherfucker ain't even send me a pair of Sean John drawers or nothing. You know what I'm saying? God damn. Or noodling while I was in jail. You know what I'm saying? Just left me for dead out here. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't the way fucking, you know what I'm saying? That ain't the way the game go. You know? Shit. Had your back, you ain't have my back, though. You know? Yeah.
When did you talk to police?
What's that?
You gave them a statement at some point, right?
I gave them a statement?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
Well, I mean, the proffer deal is a statement, no?
Yeah. Dun 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 dun. What's up, man? You just ain't gonna say nothing back there?
I don't know, you already don't know the position
Yeah.
This has been part of the same thing. It's like,
You think you said you just
you're
gonna
saying
sit
at some
back
point you
there?
did talk to police. Is that not true?
I think that's what he
Was that?
said.
Remember what I told you outside? That's why I didn't want to do this today.
Right. Well, I mean,
You know, some shit would give me motherfucking, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I hear you.
Well, yeah. Dude asked me to meet him last week, but I wasn't able, man. My wife was sick, homie. I could have had all your answers, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to tell you all that, all my business like that. You know, but force my hand.
I blame Tara.
All right.
Yeah. Let me just see what I can talk to you about that. Because a lot of the stuff I have here is about that night. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have all the answers, though. I swear.
So you're not talking about it? Is that what we're saying?
I think.
Can you talk about Zip and talking to Puff afterwards?
Zip and Puff?
Yeah, I mean, at some point you needed to talk to them about shit. Is that the same shit?
Yeah.
Was it? Well, did you, so after that happened, did you get in contact with Zip?
Me and Zip was together. He was with us at the fight.
No, and afterwards you can see him. Like, he didn't come back to LA with you, did he? He did?
Yeah. We went up to Wingstop, Wings, LA Wings right there on the 3rd and the bread. Right there on the side where Pink's, you know, Pink's is. They got the LA Wingstop right there on the
He was
side.
Zip.
Yeah.
It was Beverly, though, or
What
Melrose.
did you talk about?
All kind of shit. Money.
Yeah, so that we don't waste our time, can we do something where you can talk to me and then you can get approval? You get approval whether you use it or not? Because otherwise...
We only can answer 3 questions on it. I only go into full detail with you and everything on it.
No, you don't have to do...
Once I get the green light where I uncover, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't make them look like a goddamn asshole downtown.
So how did you guys lay low afterwards? What'd you guys do?
You want to know the truth? We didn't lay low. We was, after they asked, Mr. Man laid low. He didn't want to flew out to the Caribbean and shit. But we some mafia shit, man. Yeah, don't, we didn't lay low. We had to stay sharp, man, because we had to watch out for the police, had to watch out for them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we didn't lay low.
So, I think this you can answer. Why didn't they bring up any charges against Orlando?
They can't prove it.
Give it to me in a complete sentence.
Why they didn't bring up charges? Because I know they can't prove it.
Did they tell them?
Yeah, they raided everybody else. I think it was October the 7th or something like that. Raided everybody else. Just so happened, one of my homies, he's a grease trap guy to pick up the old cooking grease. He came, knocked on my door about 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock. Said, Keffe D, the FBI, and about 100 police is at the donut shop. I told him, wait 1 minute. Grabbed my shoes, I put on my pants, grabbed my shoes and shirt and stuff, left my car and everything. I jumped in the truck with him, told him to drop me off at the Metro Red. I missed the raid by 5 minutes.
Huh.
Otherwise, they would have got me.
Did you say somebody tipped him off?
Mm-hmm.
So
Who
let's
was
go back
it?
to Orlando.
Yeah,
'Cause I mean, he passed away, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
maybe you can talk about what he did that day without mentioning you. Is that something you feel comfortable doing?
Oh.
Because you can't implicate him. He's dead. There's nothing that can happen.
What's that?
Can you talk about what Orlando did that night
I just
The
texted
night
in Vegas? Yeah. Without mentioning you at all? Just talk
He
about
went to
him.
the hospital. He went to the hospital to get his shoulder fixed and stuff like that.
No, but I'm talking about before that.
We got to consult. There's 3 questions that stuck on. I got to go consult with this man because
I'm just saying he's not. There's nothing. Wayne's a lawyer. Wayne, can you confirm that? Can he talk
Can't
about Orlando
confirm
without mentioning his name? Without mentioning Keffe's name?
That's what I asked Mario. I said, see if he'll talk. What does he know about what Orlando did that night without including himself in that? Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because Orlando's
So,
dead. Been dead almost 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Did Orlando go after Tupac that night after the fight?
huh?
I got to do my job.
No, he didn't go after Tupac.
He did not.
Mm-mm. Man, wait till I get on the suit, man. Keep on. Let's go somewhere else. You want to talk about Paul? Something like that?
What's that? I did. He didn't want to answer, but I'll ask you. Okay. Did you try to get money from Puffy after the fact for the deal that you had arranged with him?
No, because it was hot. You know what I'm saying? You just can't jump out there like that. You have to be smart in this game. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, they'd take your ass down. They would have been your ass down. You know what I'm saying? And
So what was your plan?
I seen him about maybe like 6 months later at the House of Blues right there. And he invited us to the Keffe Pictures Museum the night before. And we went up there. He was up there partying. I'd seen him at the Keffe Pictures Museum. And he like Keffe D. The FBI is all over us. I'm saying, if you want to catch our heat, you know what I'm saying? Said they up in this party right now. I'm like, for real? Like, yeah. So that's why I didn't understand how the fuck Biggie can get killed. You know what I'm saying? If the FBI all around here, you know what I'm saying? Said they up in the party and everything. Ever since we got off the plane. Fuck.
God, I just thought of something I never thought of.
So we'll talk about Biggie in a second, but did you ask him for?
That's why there's
the
no
money
way
that-
Keffe and the
that-
Southside Crips killed Biggie.
Was that?
Did you ask him for the
Fucking
money
Puff
that he
Pull
owed
and the
you?
FBI are all over
No,
him.
I
So the Keffe
shit,
would have
if we
been
got
like,
the
fuck, the
FBI
FBI
around,
are
fuck
outside
around,
right now,
fuck
murder's
around.
off. We can't kill him right now.
That's
Yeah,
what
of
we
course.
do.
God, I never put that together before.
No.
And what's is it true that there's a rumor going around that Zip got half the money?
That's what the FBI said.
Say it again, because I don't.
That's what the FBI said. That Zip got the money.
Do you believe it?
He's a motherfucker. See Donald Trump. Trump Jr. right now in trouble. About some fucking emails and shit. Yeah, motherfucker. You know he a motherfucker.
Did you talk to Zip about the money?
No, yeah, man. As soon as I left, I told you that man, Ted Holiday had his head up my ass on me. I still got hemorrhoids from him. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that dude's a motherfucker. He head of the major crime unit, shit. That dude's a motherfucker, dude. You know?
So, but here's the thing. You're not upset about not getting paid? Were you not upset about not getting paid?
It's the time to get paid. I was trying to pick the perfect spot, dude. You know what I'm saying?
What
trying to just pick at those.
Perfect spot.
All right, let me just backtrack here for a second.
What does he mean by that?
Yeah, you can switch over. Yeah, he's
He's
gonna.
afraid to talk in this office building.
Yeah. He wants like this.
He wants to be in like a warehouse
He
or
wants to be
somewhere.
like, yeah. He wants a safe one. Like his. I don't know if they come up with the spot or what, but yeah, he doesn't want to be here.
Right?
What you gonna do with the money in here?
Right. No, I mean, because you were saying like, yeah.